Have you ever heard the whispers? Women over 50 should only have short hair. Don't let your hair go gray naturally, it will look sloppy. This hairstyle is too young, it doesn't suit your age. I understand. Because I've heard it hundreds of times over the past 4 decades working with thousands of amazing women like you. And I'm not here to give you another list of rules. I'm here to shatter those stereotypes and open up a world where beauty is ageless, and your hair is the most vivid canvas for you to express yourself. There's no right or wrong when it comes to beauty. There's only you, and the radiant feeling of being yourself, without barriers, without limits. If you've ever looked in the mirror and asked yourself, what should I change? Do I still have the right to try new things? The answer is, you deserve to try them all. So join me on my journey to rebirthing your 50-plus beauty, chapter by chapter, where every hairstyle, every wave, every silver tells a powerful story, your story. 1. The freedom to be beautiful, say goodbye to invisible barriers. Speech balloons start writing chapter 1 right here. For decades, society has instilled in us countless unwritten rules about beauty, especially for women over 50. These seemingly harmless pieces of advice have gradually become burdensome. Short hair is dignified. Don't let your hair turn gray, it makes you look old. Just choose a simple, modest hairstyle. Have you ever wondered, who wrote those rules? And why do we follow them so unconsciously? I vividly remember the story of Eleanor, a 68-year-old retired teacher, who exclaimed in her first consultation with me, "James, I followed all the rules, but I never really felt beautiful." That sentence haunted me for years. Because it's not just Eleanor's story, it's the voice of thousands, millions of women who have been forced into a stereotype. The truth is, after 50, your hair may change, finer, grayer, sparser. But your soul, your vitality, your passion, your personality, remains intact, even brighter than ever. So why not let your hair reflect who you are today, not the stereotyped image society has of you? Blossom beauty is a journey, not a destination. A new haircut is more than just a change in appearance. It's a statement that says, I choose to tell my story the way I want to. You don't have to give up your long hair just because you're 50. You don't have to hide your grays like there's something to be ashamed of. On the contrary, every strand of hair, every shade, every ripple, is the living proof of a full life, the laughter, the ups and downs, the times you loved and were loved. When you stop trying to fight time, you truly begin to shine. Direct Hit Eliminate 5 old-fashioned hair rules for 50-plus years old. Start by freeing yourself from outdated rules. Crossmark, after 50, you have to have short hair. Heavy checkmark, you can choose any length that makes you feel confident, from a playful pixie to a gentle shoulder length. Crossmark, don't let your hair go naturally gray. Heavy checkmark, gray hair, when cared for properly, radiates a more elegant, shiny light than any artificial color. Crossmark, only choose a decent, simple hairstyle. Heavy checkmark, why not try a modern, edgy hairstyle, if it makes you smile every time you look in the mirror? Crossmark, always hide the signs of age. Heavy checkmark, the lines of time are the map of your life, every wrinkle, every silver strand has its own story. Crossmark, age defines the limits of beauty. Heavy checkmark, true beauty is not limited by age, only by the freedom you allow yourself. 2. Blunt bob and lob, the magic mirror of age transformation. Have you ever wished there was a magic mirror, where you could just look at yourself and see a younger, more energetic version of yourself reflected back at you? Trust me, it exists. And sometimes, it's as simple as the right haircut. Today, I want to introduce you to one of the most powerful, secret weapons that I've used to help thousands of my clients enhance their beauty after 50, the blunt bob and the lob, long bob. Don't let the seemingly simple names fool you. There's an art behind it, and a magical transformation that I believe everyone should try at least once in their lives. Artist Palette Blunt Bob, the cut of youth. Imagine, shoulder-length hair, cut straight in a sharp line, no layers, no messy sections. First impressions, clean, clear, decisive. That's the power of the blunt bob. Why is the blunt bob so magically rejuvenating? The illusion of volume. As we age, our hair often gets thinner and weaker due to hormonal changes. Layered hairstyles can unintentionally accentuate that thinning. But the blunt bob is different. The straight cut creates an instant volume effect, making hair look healthy and full of life. Simple texture, big impact. A clean cut draws the eye to the entire look, instead of cluttering it with lots of little details. The result? You look fresh, radiant, modern, all thanks to just the right amount of minimalism. Natural face framing. A shoulder-length blunt bob can accentuate cheekbones, reshape the jawline, and create the illusion of a slimmer face, a trick that's incredibly natural without any cosmetic surgery. Book's Margaret's story, From Tired to Glowing. I'll never forget the first time I met Margaret, a 68-year-old woman from Chicago. When she walked into the salon, she looked sad. Her hair was in messy layers, as if she'd had too many cuts to get anywhere. "James, I've tried everything, for my age, and it still feels, not me." Margaret's eyes were a mixture of anticipation and fear. We sat down and looked into the mirror together. I asked, "If there were no rules, what would you like your hair to look like?" Margaret hesitated, then said softly, "I want to see a woman who is strong and free." So I suggested a simple, sharp, shoulder-length blunt bob. When she finished the final cut, Margaret stood still in front of the mirror. It wasn't just her hair that had changed. Her whole persona seemed to have shed a heavy cloak. 2 weeks later, she called me, her voice choked with emotion. "James, my grandchildren say I look 10 years younger. But the best part is, I see myself in the mirror every morning." Straight ruler variations, from bob to lob, maximum flexibility. You don't have to cut your hair completely short to get the full benefits of a blunt bob. Another version, called a lob, long bob, keeps the hair longer, usually a few inches past the shoulders. Advantages of a lob. Keeps the feeling of a light, floating look. Easily create light curls, beach waves that are extremely youthful. Still maintain a sharp baseline to create a thick hair effect. In particular, lob is very suitable for those who are switching from long hair to short hair for the first time and are still wondering. Magnifying glass tilted left. How to know if blunt bob or lob is right for you. 1. Based on face shape. Heart-shaped, oval face, the original blunt bob will be extremely flattering to the face. Square, round face, should leave lob a little longer to create a slim look. 2. Based on hair quality. Thin hair, cut completely straight, avoid trimming too much. Thick hair, can be thinned slightly on the inside while still keeping the baseline straight on the outside. 3. Based on personal style. Like sharpness, neatness, blunt bob is standard. Like softness, gentleness, lob combined with natural waves. Scissors. Blunt bob and lob success tips. 1. Communicate clearly with your stylist. When you get in the salon chair, be direct. You want no layers, no texturizing. Show a specific model. And don't be afraid to remind your stylist during the cut. 2. Care. A good cut needs maintenance, every 6 to 8 weeks to keep the baseline sharp. Use a smoothing serum or argan oil to keep your hair naturally shiny. 3. Minimalist styling. A blow dryer plus round brush, or mini flat iron, that's all you need to turn on the shine and smoothness of this hairstyle every morning. Rainbow. From a cut to a life statement. Do you know what the most magical thing about cutting a blunt bob or lob is? It's not just about looking younger. It's about feeling in control again. Control your appearance. Control your confidence. Take control of how you walk into a room, head held high, eyes shining, smile confident. You no longer live in the shadow of old stereotypes. You are the heroine of your own story. And your hair, it is the crown you give yourself. 3. Mid-length and long layers, when hair is a stream of youth. If blunt bob is a mirror reflecting age, then mid-length hairstyles with long layers are like a stream, soft, flexible, and full of life. Not everyone is ready to cut off their hair after 50. And in fact, you don't need to do so to look young and modern. A medium-length haircut, skillfully layered, can be a great secret to maintaining elegance while breathing new life into your appearance. Join me to discover why mid-length with long layers is becoming the gold standard for confident, mature beauty, and why you should consider it for your own rebirth journey. Why is mid-length with long layers perfect after 50? Shoulder-length hair falls gently, swaying with each movement, gently hugging the contours of the face. Not too short to lose femininity. Not too long to look heavy or lifeless. Mid-length, usually stopping at the middle of the collarbone and chest, is the most suitable length for a mature face and body. Long layers, layers of hair cut long, starting from the chin or below the chin, help create softness, natural movement and a feeling of thicker hair. This is the hairstyle that converges. Sparkles lightness, reduces heaviness around the face. Sparkles fluffiness, creates the effect of thick, healthy hair. Sparkles flexibility, easy to style from smooth to slightly curly. Sparkles modern feel, suitable for all situations from the office to parties. Books. Barbara's story, resurrection through a scissor. Barbara, a 65-year-old college professor from Boston, is the epitome of a woman who has stuck with traditional long hair all her life. I remember her heavy eyes as she looked at herself in the mirror and exclaimed, "I don't recognize myself anymore." Her long, dull gray hair hung heavily over her shoulders, making Barbara's face look drowned out. She was no longer the energetic, vibrant woman I'd heard her friends say. We decided not to cut it completely. Instead, I suggested a more subtle solution. Keep the length between the shoulders and the chest. Cut long layers starting from the chin down. Add a few framing layers. When Barbara saw herself after the cut, she held her breath for a few seconds and then laughed, a clear laugh, as if it had been a long time since she had truly seen herself. This is me. I am here. I have never disappeared. Glowing Star: The amazing benefits of mid-length and long layers. 1. Stay feminine, show your youthful spirit. Nothing conveys softness and femininity like naturally long hair. Long layers add movement, making your hair look like silky ribbons as you move. You will feel graceful in every step, and others will feel that positive energy from you too. 2. Hide your face changes. After the age of 50, our faces often change. The jawline softens. The neck area develops slight wrinkles. The facial structure is no longer as sharp as it was in our 20s. A cleverly layered mid-length hairstyle will lightly hug the face, creating a slim feeling. Cover the neck and jaw, reducing attention to signs of aging. Create emphasis on the eyes and cheekbones, which always retain their charm over time. 3. Diverse styling options. With mid-length plus long layered hair, you have countless options. Straight for a professional, sharp look. Low curls for a sweet, natural look. A soft low bun for parties or formal events. Clip half of the head to create an elegant highlight every day. In particular, this hairstyle is very easy to care for. All you need is a little mousse or styling serum, a gentle blow dryer and a round brush. And 10 minutes in the morning is enough to always be radiant. Magnifying glass tilted right. How to get perfect mid-length and long layers? 1. Golden length. Keep your hair midway between your shoulders and chest. If your hair is too long, it will make your face look sagging. 2. Layers start right. Start your layers at the chin or lower to avoid losing overall volume. 3. Subtle layers. Don't go overboard with layers, just 2 to 3 light layers will create movement. 4. Natural texture. Stay away from elaborate layers like a shag or a wild wolf cut if you want to keep the look subtle and elegant. Scissors expert tips for keeping this hairstyle glowing. Deeply moisturize. Mid-length hair tends to dry out at the ends, so use a deep moisturizing hair mask once a week. Trim regularly, every 8 to 10 weeks to maintain sharpness and remove dry ends. Heat protection. Always use a heat protectant when styling with a curling iron or straightener. Hibiscus conclusion. Hair, the living flow of age. Mid-length hair is more than just a hairstyle. It is the perfect continuation of a past full of memories and a future full of promise. It gives you freedom. Freedom to move. Freedom to create. Freedom to express yourself, without any limitations. And like a small stream flowing through hills and cliffs, each layer hair gently frames your face, telling the story of a woman who doesn't succumb to time, but grows with it, more radiant every day. 4. Fringe, a new horizon for beauty in your 50s. There's a little secret that even the most sophisticated women know. Just a very small change can transform your entire face, brighten your spirit and make you look a decade younger. No, I'm not talking about cosmetic surgery. Not expensive treatments or elaborate makeup tricks. I'm talking about fringe, also known as bangs. Don't be fooled into thinking fringe is a game for teenagers. When designed properly, these little curls can open up a whole new horizon for beauty in your 50s. They can soften facial features, hide signs of aging, draw attention to sparkling, vibrant eyes, bring freshness while maintaining a mature, sophisticated beauty. In this chapter, I will share with you why fringe is a miracle for middle-aged appearance, which fringe styles are best suited for each face and style, how to care for and maintain bangs that are always naturally beautiful, without being fussy. Glowing Star: Why is a small strip of hair so powerful? It all starts with the way people's eyes move. According to psychological studies, when looking at someone's face, our eyes tend to focus first on the eye area, where emotions are expressed, then the mouth, then the overall face frame. The fringe acts as a subtle frame, leading the gaze to focus on bright eyes, elegant lines, concealing less than perfect areas such as a wrinkled forehead or thinning hair edges with age. Just a few well-placed curls can reshape your look, natural, subtle, and much more youthful. Book's Eleanor's story, when a hairband makes a difference. Eleanor, 73, has been a teacher for 40 years. She has a high, elegant forehead, but as time has passed, wrinkles have started to appear, making her hesitant to look in the mirror. I feel like people only see my forehead, not my eyes or my smile, she confides. We decided to try something new, a soft, side-swept fringe that curves gently around the forehead and glides across the temples. When Eleanor looks up, her eyes light up. Here I am, I found myself again. A small fringe, a big change. Fire the best fringe styles for 50 plus. Not all fringe styles are suitable for every face shape or lifestyle. Choosing the right fringe style is the key to achieving a natural and elegant look. 1. Side-swept fringe. Suitable for square, round faces, or faces with a wide forehead. Effect: softens sharp lines, gently covers the forehead. Style: graceful, mature but still very gentle, feminine. Tip: keep the fringe long enough to touch the cheekbones or mouth to create a natural balance. 2. Curtain fringe. Suitable for heart-shaped, oval faces. Effect: creates a widening effect on the eyes, making the face slimmer. Style: liberal, elegant, slightly vintage but still extremely modern. Tip: should keep bangs chin length, natural middle part. 3. Wispy fringe. Suitable for people with thin hair or want an easy-to-maintain hairstyle. Effect: adds emphasis to the face without weighing down the appearance. Style: sophisticated, youthful, dynamic. Tip: keep the bangs very light, not too thick, so that light can still pass through. 4. Textured fringe. Suitable for square or angular faces that need to be softened. Effect: adds movement, creates freedom, personality. Style: modern, outstanding, suitable for women who like to renew themselves. Tip: combine with layered hairstyle to increase the fluffy effect. Hammer and wrench: how to cut and care for fringe properly. To maximize the beauty benefits of fringe, you need to care for them properly. 1. Find a stylist who understands mature faces. Not all stylists understand the special needs of hair in their 50s and older. Choose someone who has experience with thin, sparse, or naturally gray hair. 2. Trim regularly. Fringes look best when trimmed every 4 to 6 weeks. Trimming at home requires specialized tools, no regular scissors. Tip: point cut instead of cutting across to keep the fringe soft. 3. Style naturally. Use a blow dryer with a flat nozzle to create slight volume at the roots. Avoid gels or heavy products that make your fringe sticky. Use a little light shine serum to add smoothness. 4. Dealing with bad hair days. Everyone has bad hair days, especially with fringe. When your bangs are greasy or frizzy, spray some water or dry shampoo, and gently brush them back with a round brush. Or simply, clip your bangs to one side with small pins, creating a natural look. Speech balloon: once again, the difference is in the details. A fringe can be a rebirth of your look. A reminder that you are still changing, still alive and attractive. Never underestimate the power of the little things. A smile, a glance, a lock of hair gently falling on your forehead, all contribute to the day. 5. Bixie, when personality meets elegance. There are moments in life when you feel like you need a transformation. A clear milestone, a definitive statement that says, I am ready to be reborn. And sometimes, that rebirth starts with seemingly small things. A more confident look, a brighter smile, or a completely new hairstyle. Bixie, the perfect blend of the free-spirited personality of Bixie and the feminine elegance of Bob, is the perfect choice for women who are craving a strong, modern look without losing their inherent charm. Entering the world of Bixie, you will discover a hair as light as the wind, a free spirit without barriers, a youthful, more radiant image than ever. Glowing star Bixie, the new definition of mature charm. Let's forget the old notion that short hair means losing femininity. In fact, Bixie proves the opposite. You can be short and still soft. You can stand out and still be sophisticated. You can be neat and still full of life. Bixie brings all the best things from two worlds. Practical, easy care of Bixie. Soft, elegant lines of Bob. That's why Bixie is becoming the top hair trend for mature women in fashion capitals like New York, Paris, and Milan. Books Patricia's story, when a hairstyle wakes up a whole person. Patricia, 67, used to be the CEO of a large corporation. For 30 years, she had worn her hair long and tied back neatly, the epitome of neatness and professionalism. But when she retired, Patricia felt trapped in an image that was too safe. I wanted to feel free. Young. Again, she whispered. We decided to do something bold, a Bixie cut, with loose curls around her face, creating a gentle movement. As the salon robe was removed, Patricia looked at herself in the mirror and beamed. I don't just look different. I feel different, invigorated. Fire. Why is Bixie the perfect after 50? 1. Free from heaviness. Long hair can be beautiful, but it can also be demanding and, at times, can feel heavy, especially as hair gets thinner with age. Bixie brings a sense of lightness, making the face brighter and more graceful, as if you have just shed invisible burdens. 2. Increase the feeling of dynamic modernity. Bixie hairstyle is always associated with the image. Confident woman. Always ready to welcome change. Possessing youthful and modern energy. That is exactly the message you want to convey at this age. I am not defined by my age. I define myself. 3. Cleverly conceal flaws. With soft layers around the temples and cheekbones, Bixie helps soften the angles of the face. Create natural volume, cover areas of thin hair. Draw attention to the eyes and smile, timeless highlights. 4. Easy to care for, style. One of the absolute advantages of Bixie. Just 5 to 7 minutes every morning. A little bit of volumizing mousse, or a styling serum. A blow dryer or air dry is fine. You'll save tons of time, and spend it on what really matters: family, passions, and new adventures. Magnifying glass tilted right. The most popular versions of Bixie. 1. Soft Bixie. Soft cuts, soft layers. Suitable for those who want to keep a feminine, elegant look. 2. Textured Bixie. The hair layers are lightly tousled, creating a feeling of freedom. Suitable for those who like natural, modern beauty. 3. Asymmetrical Bixie. One side of the hair is longer than the other. Extremely individual, outstanding but still retains sophistication. Scissors. Secrets to owning beautiful Bixie hair. Choose the right stylist, someone with experience cutting short hair for mature women. Pay attention to the layers. The hair around the temples and cheekbones must be handled delicately. Moisture care. Short hair needs good moisture to stay smooth and bouncy. Trim hair regularly, 5 to 6 weeks / time to keep the hair shape sharp. Speech balloon challenges and opportunities. That's right, Bixie is not for those who are too safe. It is for those who willing to experiment. Not afraid to express personality. Know that true beauty does not come from chasing after youth, but from being true to yourself. Hibiscus conclusion, redefining beauty over 50 through every stroke. A Bixie haircut is more than just a hairstyle. It's a statement. A reminder that freedom, charisma, and joy of living have no expiration date. They just need someone brave enough to bring them out. 6. Embracing your natural beauty, the secret to true radiance. Imagine waking up one day, looking in the mirror, and smiling for real, not because of makeup, not because of a fancy hairstyle, but simply because you recognize your own true beauty. A beauty that doesn't have to be forced. A beauty that doesn't need magic. That's natural beauty, the most radiant, timeless beauty. And your hair, more than anything else, is the most vivid symbol of that journey of self-acceptance and self-love. In this final chapter, I'll take you deeper into the world of natural hair acceptance. Why natural hair can make you look younger and more vibrant. How to properly care for natural hair after 50. How to turn your natural hair into your most powerful shining weapon. Glowing star. True beauty begins when you stop fighting yourself. For years, we've been told. Straight hair is beautiful. Curly hair needs to be straightened and neatly styled. Gray hair needs to be dyed and hidden. But are we sacrificing too much just to follow a standard that doesn't belong to us? The truth is, wavy, curly, or straight hair is beautiful in its own way. Natural gray hair has a soft glow that no hair dye can match. Fine strands, coarse strands, or unruly curls, they all tell your unique story. Instead of trying to force your hair into a lifeless mold, why not let it express its wonderful identity? Book Susan's story, reuniting with her silver waves. Susan, 70, a retired literature teacher, spent decades straightening her naturally wavy hair. I used to think straight hair was the only thing that looked neat and proper, she says. But the more I did it, the more I felt like a stranger to myself. After repeated chemical and heat damage, Susan decided to let go, to let her hair go natural. We started by cutting off the damaged hair, using a specialized product to restore moisture, teaching Susan how to properly care for and style her wavy hair. After just a few months, Susan's hair was back to life, silver waves shimmered in the sunlight, framing her face. I've never felt so beautiful, in the most authentic way, she says, her eyes shining. Fire. Why embracing natural hair is the best decision. 1. Maintain hair health. Skipping the straightening, and dyeing methods helps. Reduce hair damage and breakage. Retain the natural cuticle, making hair shinier and healthier. 2. Save time and effort. No more having to go to the salon every month. Spend hours styling every day. Worry about rain or humidity changes. You are free to enjoy your hair as it is. 3. Create a real, attractive impression. People are attracted to naturalness. A lively, bouncy hair that moves with your steps will always attract more attention than a rigid, framed hair. 4. Express your unique personality. No one has exactly the same hair as you. Every wave, every curl, every silver streak, it's your unique fingerprint, impossible to copy. Magnifying glass. Tilted right. Steps to transition from forced hair to natural hair. 1. Trim damaged hair. The first step is always to remove the hair that's been severely damaged by chemicals/heat. 2. Deeply hydrate regularly. Use a deep conditioning mask 1 to 2 times a week. 3. Use products appropriate for hair texture. Curly hair, curl defining cream, light mousse. Wavy hair, leave-in conditioner, anti-frizz serum. Straight hair, light, anti-frizz conditioner. 4. Avoid excessive heat. Minimize the use of straighteners and curling irons with high heat. 5. Be patient with the transition. Hair needs time to recover, treat it with love and patience. Scissors expert tips for celebrating natural hair beauty. Let your hair air dry whenever possible. Use a microfiber towel or soft t-shirt instead of a thick towel to dry your hair, reducing breakage. Choose a silk pillowcase to sleep on, reducing friction and protecting your curls. Speech balloon overcome mental barriers. The hardest part of going natural isn't about technique, it's about the mind. We grew up in a society that worships artificial perfection. Embracing your natural hair means giving up absolute control, learning to love imperfections, being confident in your natural beauty. But once you overcome that barrier, the rewards are greater than anything you can imagine: freedom, happiness, timeless charm. Hibiscus conclusion: true beauty doesn't need to be fixed. You don't need to fix your hair. You just need to empower it to be its true self. Just like you. No need to fix. No need to prove. Just embrace all that you are, to shine in a way that no one else can. Beauty isn't something you have to look for elsewhere. It's already inside you, just waiting to be unleashed. It's not the hottest hairstyle, or the trending color. It's not the length, or the curling or straightening technique that's the key. The one key is loving yourself. Every strand of hair you wear naturally. Every layer you add to your hair. Every time you decide to break the rules, just to be true to your emotions, it's a powerful act, a step toward the most radiant version of you. When you embrace your hair, and yourself, at this age, you don't just change the way you look. You change the way you walk into a room. You change the way you talk, laugh, love, and most importantly, you inspire other women, who are also searching for their own light. Rocket CTA, start your beauty rebirth journey today. If you've read this far, I know there's a fire burning in your heart. A whisper that says, it's time. It's time to choose a hairstyle that's not based on your age, but on what your heart tells you to do. It's time to stop chasing after standards, and start writing your own definition of beauty. It's time to let your hair, and your life, flow naturally, freely, and with vitality. Sparkles share. Where are you on your journey to self-rebirth? What's the first hairstyle you want to try after reading this? Which story in this book resonates with you the most? Leave a comment below. Tell me, and the world, your story. Because your story could be a beacon of light for another woman who needs a reason to believe in her eternal beauty. And don't forget, like this post if it inspires you. Subscribe for more natural, wise, and personal beauty tips. Share with the amazing women around you, because we all deserve to shine. Glowing star.